What's up, guys? Welcome back to Money Munitions. I'm your host, Jeff. And today, guys, I'm super excited. Can't believe how quick time has flown by. It is officially 6 months, guys, since I bought my Garmin Tactix 8. Gonna do a review on this. 6 months, I've literally been wearing it every day. For you folks that are not familiar with the channel, I don't do watch reviews. I'm not one of these guys that gets, dozens of watches sent to me and reviews them and then moves on to the next one. You're gonna hear a real review from a real user, right? This is an outdoors channel, do some firearms content, truck content. And I got this watch for personal reasons, guys, even though I'm starting to do more content on it about the channel. Anyway, guys, we're gonna get right into it though. 6 months, every day, what are my first impressions? How's the durability been? How is the charging? What are some features I'm using? What are some features I don't use? And what are a few things I really don't like about the watch? And overall, is it worth it? So guys, let's get right into it. I'm not gonna waste too much time, but when it comes to first impressions, right? And let me just say this also. Prior to me getting this watch, folks, I have not had a smart watch. I haven't worn a watch in over 20 years. So, all the features, all the functionality, it was a little overwhelming at first, but from a usability standpoint, it's super user-friendly, guys. You could customize your watch face, you could do different things and get whatever stats you want in certain areas, and I'll show you that in a minute. We'll actually show you, some of the stats you can drill down to, how easy it is to press onto those and get some analytics. But just want to point out from a user-friendly standpoint, very impressed, man, especially for a guy that hasn't worn a watch in over 20 years, just being able to dive right into it and easily navigate, right? Whether it's activities, and we'll go through some of those menus as we go. Now, guys, I did get the 51 millimeter AMOLED. The brightness is great. You can see today it's super sunny out. And I don't know if you can see it there. We'll show a close-up. But the watch is super visible, guys. I believe I only have it on 75% brightness. But from the looks of this watch also, I get a lot of compliments, guys. That's another reason I went with this. I did want something with that tactical look. One of the things you'll notice, and maybe it's just because I haven't worn a watch in about 20 years, it's big, right? It's pretty thick on the wrist. So when I'm walking around, whether it's my house or other areas, I'm always banging it into things, corners, walls, things like that. And that goes towards the durability, guys. The glass, whatever they make it out of, and I probably should have pulled up the specs, zero scratches on the frame of the watch. Let me just show you that up close. And we're going to get into a lot of close-ups, guys, but you could see, really good quality, which it should be for the price point, right? This isn't a cheap watch, guys. I know there's a lot of other options out there. So from a first impression standpoint, really impressed. One thing I'm not impressed with at all, and, I was going to save it later, but we'll just dive into it, and I'll take it off. This nylon band, guys, is crap, especially for what they charge. I think they charge 124 bucks. This nylon band, it gets really dried out. You got to consistently wash it with soap and water. Otherwise, it has an odor. In my opinion, I should have never bought this band from Garmin. It's a $30 band that they're charging 120 bucks for. I am going to buy some aftermarket bands. We'll get that. I'll do some reviews. I actually might buy one after this video online. Going to buy a few aftermarket bands, but other than that, was really disappointed with the nylon band on these. Battery life. It is what they say, guys. It's been 6 months. I've only had to charge this watch literally 6 times, guys. Right now, and once again, when we show this a little more close up, you can see I have 23 days of battery life left. All of my friends that have Apple Watches are all complaining that they have to recharge their battery literally nightly, if not every other day. I'm charging this thing. I'm getting 28 days out of a charge. I'm not in the gym as much, right? I'm not doing activities necessarily every day, but we will get into some of the activities I did, including a long hike, and we'll talk about the GPS and some of the other great features for you outdoors folks. Comfortability, right? Even though it's a big watch, guys, you get used to it. Like I said, once again, I haven't worn a watch in 20 years, and it was very easy to get used to wearing this thing. What I like to do now, I'm going to dive in. I'm going to show you a different view. I'm going to dive into some of the features that I use up close. I'm going to show you a long hike, guys, that I just did. Literally 12 hours and 15 minutes in the Adirondacks, just under 15 miles. And the GPS and the stats and everything else you get with this, truly unbelievable. So let's dive into that right now. All right, guys, and I just want to show, like I said, how easy it is. You can see I have my things like my date set up. I have my battery life. I have my heart rate, which obviously it's not showing because it's not on, but any of these that you press on, and this is very configurable. For example, we'll press on the high and low for today. It brings you right to the weather, app. And it's pretty cool. You know, it has tons of drill down menus for each of these options. Obviously right now we're looking at weather. But you can see the detail. These are all customizable. The last screen, it's going to pull up the actual radar. If it was raining, you would see the clouds and everything else coming. Then we'll go ahead and just press the back button. To give you an example, and I haven't done much walking today, guys, but if I wanted to press, for example, on the steps, which I have right under the time, let me just press that. It brings me up to the steps. Once again, everything to have, and this is all customizable. You know, I do a lot of camping, right? So what if I want to see what time the sun sets? You could see that all the way on the left-hand side. I'll go ahead and I'll just hold my finger down on that button. And guys, check that out. How cool is that? Like I said, each of these different stats, there's different, it even gives this map of this, you know, the sun and the moon. This watch has so much power and so much features and functionality. That is really a big thing. Now, what I want to show you is some of the activities, guys. It's very simple to use these buttons. Let me just show you. Doing this this way is a little confusing. But you can see that you can have pretty much what I would call your quick, your quick thing. So if you're on the main menu and you just want to swipe, you can quickly see things like health. Once again, even these, you can click on all of these and drill down, or you can rearrange them in different order, which is pretty cool. You can have your stocks on there if you want, as you can see. A compass. I've only climbed one floor today, guys. That's pretty bad, but once again, I just literally got out to do this video. Now, what I want to show you is the activities. I might have showed you guys this on the other video, but if you click this top button, and another thing about this watch, guys, the buttons are very easy. They're very, they got this little bit of a grip. I'm not sure if that's coming out on the camera. I'll try to take some better angles, but it's got a little texture on the button also, which is pretty cool. But anyway, guys, let's go into the activity. And basically, you can see I have walking, I have rucking, which I really like. This, I'm going to show you guys the hike that I did. You can adjust your poundage, so it gives you actual, it equates it as you're doing the hike and things like that. And speaking about that, guys, let me go ahead and show you the actual hike that I was talking about and some of the stats that you'll get. And what you got to do is connect it. Let me just show you my phone real quick, folks. But what you're going to want to do is connect it to these. And basically, you can see Garmin Connect. I'm going to go ahead and show you the activity that I had for the hike, guys. Hold on one second. And guys, it's cool. You can actually go back into your history on a watch. And for example, I'm going to click on that hike I did back in September and check it out. The cool thing is, like I said, you log all of this stuff You can go back into it. It's loading up right now, but once again, guys, look at that. Pretty cool how it brings up all of that detail from the previous hike. And you can see the elevation too, guys. This hike was no joke. That's a whole different story on a different video. But really cool to see the elevation. You can see the max heart rate. You can compare this against other hikes. You can see the heart rate zones on that map. And let's see if it brings up the map again on this. And guys, when you go ahead and click on this button, it will give you options. Let's go ahead and click on that map and see what it pulls up. And guys, once again, there's the trail. Look how cool that is. It tells you the way I went, right? You can see with the arrows. Once again, it's pulling up different screens, which is cool. It gives you a whole view of the whole area. But really, really impressed with just the ease and all of the drill down capabilities in this watch, especially now that I'm getting more into the outdoors. All right, guys, so check it out. This is right from the Garmin Connect app. Literally, you know, it took all the analytics off of my heart rate, everything else. I did an awesome hike in the Adirondacks, guys. You can see it took 12 hours and 15 minutes. It was just under 14.9 miles. But the cool thing is, it gives you this awesome heat map of the trail, right? It shows, and you can see this on the map, areas I was slow, areas I was fast. It's so cool to be able to take that data, not only from a visual standpoint, but also to get all of, whether it's the calories, my average pace. Now, guys, I did hurt my knee on this, which was pretty crazy, and that's why it took so long. But if I click on stats, once again, it takes your pack weight. Let me just get a better view of that. You know, once again, things like your average pace and everything else. It's always hard to zoom in on these, but there you go. You know, things like your average pace, your average speed, your moving speed, total time. Gives you all of these benefits, right? So, you know, I'm at that age, guys. I'm trying to take better care of my health. This watch is a huge factor in that, right? It's awesome to be able to go on these hikes and go to the gym and really track everything, right? It's really cool. So I did want to point that out as one of the features I'm using on this watch. Other cool features I use on this watch, it gives a cool night mode. So basically, you can set this so you get no notifications on your watch. Your wrist isn't vibrating as you're trying to sleep, as you might be getting text messages. But the cool thing is it gives you a real cool sleep breakdown. I'll try to get some screenshots of that, but basically shows if you got good quality sleep, how many hours of REM sleep that you got. It tracks all of that. It tracks it with what you do on a daily basis, and that's how you get these health scores and everything else, right? So you can kind of see, like, should I get to bed an hour early tonight? Did I get good sleep last night? I feel like it's been pretty accurate from a sleep standpoint. Another thing I use the watch for, I think I mentioned it briefly with the hiking, but obviously the GPS. The GPS is very impressive with this watch, folks. It really is, especially when you might not have cell phone service and other things like I did in the Adirondacks. It was so cool to have this watch connected with all trails. And a few times we actually went off the trail and the watch notified me, hey, you're going the wrong way, turn back. So that was super cool. Few options that I haven't used yet, and we'll do that in future videos, you know, especially since this is a firearms channel and I want to get into it more. It has night vision capabilities, guys, which is awesome. So you can change the setting on this, and I'll try to show that up close, but you can change it to a night vision setting. So if you have night vision optics or whatever, the light, the brightness of the normal watch isn't going to interfere with that. It also has ballistics. It has ballistic testing. It has a whole application through applied ballistics, guys. We're going to get into that on future videos, you know, especially since I'm doing some long-range shooting in the future. We'll get into that. But it's awesome, man. I use, you know, all the common features, right? All the health-rated stuff, the walking, the hiking, the GPS. It's even got a cool flashlight, guys. I'll try to show that also. I showed that in my last video. It's bright out, so it doesn't really matter, but there it is. It's just a double click of a button. You probably can't see it that good. And it just went off. Just went back on. Really cool, guys. 2 clicks of a button, really bright flashlight. You can turn that up, you can turn that down. That really comes in handy when you're solo camping and stuff and you want to free up an arm and kind of have, obviously, a light as you're moving around. Guys, I want to point out also, as far as usability, like I just said, the watch moves with great speed. I don't feel like it's any clunkiness. I don't feel like it's any delay when it comes to moving or using this touchscreen. So I did want to point that out as well. Very responsive touchscreen, very visible, and we'll get into some other things. Guys, as far as the charging, like I said, I was really impressed. This thing is holding its life. One thing I don't like about the charging, not a big deal, the fact that it came with a proprietary cable. I'm always fearing like if I lose that, I'm going to be fucked. I'll probably order another one just to have it. I wish it did come with a normal, you know, just like you have for the phone, right? I'm sure there's a reason for that though. But that's my other complaint besides the band, is just that proprietary charging cable. Other than that though, like I said, you don't have to worry about it. I'm going 28 days on every single charge. Once again, it's a great looking watch. You could see now that maybe got a little more shady out, you can see how tattered and how dried up this nylon band has become. Real disappointment, especially for the price point. You can see at the end it's a little tattered. I don't know if you can see that. It's already coming apart. It's only been 6 months, guys, and like I said, I wear this all the time. I go swimming with it. I shower with it. I bang it around. Done a few cool hikes with it. So from a durability standpoint, happy with the watch. Not impressed with that band at all. So, guys, I'm not going to draw this out too long. Like I said, just giving you a real, honest review. We will get out and get some more bands, but for the price, you know what? I know it's not cheap, but let's continue to do reviews on this. Next review, we'll see. Maybe we'll actually go on a hike and show you the watch as we're hiking with the GPS. Let me know if you want to see that. Let me know what else you folks might want to see when it comes to the Garmin Tactix 8. I'll try to do a video. And other than that, guys, let's keep it going, man. I mean, it's all about durability. It's only been 6 months. Let's see how it is over the next year plus. I'm going to continue to wear it every day. And other than that, guys, hit like, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell. Much love. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and see you on the next one.